I got to thinking today about how life is a lot like going hiking. First of all, you got to pay attention to what could be coming your way. As an example, where I'm at right now, there are mountains up there, and those mountains could potentially be getting rain. And that rain then is going to come down and it's going to fill in the wash areas. And the area that I'm headed to, there is a wash. During the summer, sorry, I'm not making eye contact. I have to watch the rocks so I don't trip. That's another thing. It's like that. You have to pay attention to where your next step is going to be, because if you don't pay attention to where your next step is going to be, you're probably going to fall. Anyway, back to the mountains. You have to pay attention to what's going on up in those mountains, because if they get rain and you happen to be down in an area where there's a flash flood, you could potentially get washed away and maybe even die. So it's important to pay attention to what's coming and what's out ahead of you, so to speak. So I'm going to be coming up on this wash area pretty soon. Now, sometimes when you go through this area in the summertime, before the monsoon season, it is completely dry in here. And there are other times, like right now, which is unusual, but we have rain, and we're having rain in the winter. And to get across, I don't know. Last time I was out here, we were able to cross pretty easily just by skipping over the rocks, but I don't know if that's possible today. So let's take a look here. So I'm just going to show you this and turn this around so you can see what's going on. There is the water, and that's one area that people will cross that looks like might be a little more challenging. There's another area down here where people will cross the road, and what they do is that's not natural for all those rocks to be like that. People are putting those rocks like that so that they can cross this river, because they want to get over there, because that is where the trail continues to go. So people have placed these rocks here. So that's one of the things that people will do is, okay, they come up on this, they can't cross, so they start gathering rocks and will pile them so that they can get across. Another thing that I've seen people do is, which I have done, but in the summer. Right now, this water is so cold, it's like putting your foot in an ice bath. So you could take your shoes off and go across, but like I said, it's really cold, so I would never attempt that right now. So those are a couple of options that you can take. And when you're going across these rocks, because they haven't been wedged in there by themselves, they were just put there by people. Some of them, you step on them thinking, oh, it's going to be stable, and then it's not. So you always have to be cautious. Each rock that you step on, never assume that it's not wobbly, because you could step on one and it could be wobbly and you could fall over. I actually have a funny story that happened to me when I was taking pictures at my sister's creek, and I thought, oh, this will be a great angle for pictures. I'm going to go out and go in the middle of the creek, and then I'm going to take pictures from there. And I had my camera in hand, and I stepped on this big rock, and I thought that it was stable, and it wasn't. And I fell. And I fell right on my side, my hip bone, and it hurt, but I survived. Another thing that you have to watch out for is just the terrain itself, because sometimes if you step on a rock and you have sand on your feet or on your shoes, all those little pebbles of sand will be slippery on that rock that you stepped on. So you can't just step on any terrain without thinking about what's the potential here. There are some hikes that you go on where going up is very easy, but coming down is very difficult because you've got all these little rocks and they scurry down and you fall. You can fall really, really easily. So I just thought there's a lot of connection between hiking and just plain old life itself. So I thought I would share that with you. I love being by the river, and being in a desert doesn't always pan out. I'm not always able to be by water, but I am now. And it looks like someone has gone ahead and put some rocks up here as well. You can see someone had made another crossing area. Pretty sure that's how that happened. So that's that. I don't know what else to tell you, what else to show you, other than, this is the desert and it's beautiful out here. So thanks for watching.